The air was thick with anticipation. Cameras flashed, reporters leaned forward, and the audience fell silent. Everyone knew this debate between Senator Lisa Murkowski and Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett was going to be fiery, but no one could have predicted just how intense it would get. It all began when Murkowski, known for her calm yet sharp delivery, turned toward Jasmine with a smirk and said, "Maybe you should focus on understanding politics before trying to change it, Congresswoman." The room went still. Some gasped. Others waited, eyes wide, wondering if Jasmine would fire back or take the high road. But anyone who knows Jasmine Crockett knows she doesn't back down. Not when it comes to her passion, her beliefs, or her integrity. Lisa Murkowski's remark wasn't just a jab, it was a direct shot at Jasmine's political journey. Murkowski, a long-standing senator with years of experience, represented the old guard, polished, seasoned, and deeply rooted in Washington's traditions. Jasmine Crockett, on the other hand, was the voice of a new generation, bold, outspoken, unafraid to challenge power. Her energy had shaken the halls of Congress more than once, and that didn't sit well with everyone. So, when Murkowski questioned her political understanding, she wasn't just undermining her, she was echoing what many in the establishment quietly thought, that Jasmine was too fiery, too emotional, too new. But Jasmine knew better. And when she spoke, her words didn't just answer Murkowski's jab, they shifted the entire energy of the room. Jasmine took a slow breath, her eyes locked on Murkowski. The tension was thick enough to cut with a knife. And then, she spoke, her voice steady but charged with conviction. "Senator Murkowski, with all due respect, political experience means nothing if it's used to maintain the same broken systems that keep people suffering." The crowd murmured in surprise. Cameras clicked faster. "You talk about understanding politics, but what I understand is people. The families struggling to pay rent. The single mother working 3 jobs. The student drowning in debt. That's who I fight for. If that makes me inexperienced in your kind of politics, then I'll proudly stay that way." For a second, even Murkowski looked taken aback. Jasmine hadn't just defended herself, she had reframed the entire argument. The audience erupted in applause. Even a few political analysts on the sidelines couldn't hide their smiles. As the debate continued, it became clear that Jasmine Crockett had flipped the tone of the entire event. What started as an attempt to diminish her turned into a moment of empowerment. Murkowski tried to regain control, responding with policy points and procedural experience. But the energy had shifted. Viewers weren't connecting with facts and figures anymore, they were connecting with heart. And Jasmine had plenty of that. She shared stories of real people from her district, families she'd helped, injustices she fought, and communities that had been ignored for far too long. Every word she spoke carried authenticity, something no amount of political experience could fake. By the time the debate ended, it wasn't Murkowski's credentials people were talking about, it was Jasmine Crockett's courage, passion, and raw honesty. When the cameras stopped rolling, social media exploded. Clips of Jasmine's fiery comeback flooded every platform. Hashtags, like hashtag Jasmine Crockett owns the debate, and hashtag New Voice of Politics started trending within hours. Political analysts on TV replayed the moment over and over again, Murkowski's jab, followed by Jasmine's calm but devastating response. Even people who weren't normally interested in politics began sharing the clip, saying, "Finally, someone who speaks for us." The next morning, major news outlets highlighted Jasmine's composure, her eloquence, and her refusal to be intimidated by senior politicians. One headline read, "Jasmine Crockett redefines power with one statement." But what made the moment truly special wasn't just the viral fame. It was the deeper message behind it. Jasmine had proven that leadership isn't about seniority or status, it's about empathy, integrity, and the willingness to fight for what's right. She showed that even when faced with condescension, you can stand tall, stay calm, and speak truth to power. As one commentator beautifully put it, Lisa Murkowski had the experience. But Jasmine Crockett had the voice of the people, and in that debate, it was the people who won.